Hey there, YouTube coin community. It's Dustin with CoinOp, and today we are going to start a series on Kennedy half dollars, and this is only going to be on the varieties, the most popular varieties and the most valuable varieties that you can find while coin searching. And we are going to start this off by taking a look at the 1964 90% silver Kennedy half dollars. So let's dive right on in. Okay, we are going to start this off by being over here in the PCGS price guide. So we're going to come to the PCGS price guide. This is where I'm going to get values and show you which of the varieties that we're going to look at are the most popular and most valuable. So we are going to scroll down to half dollars, which is down at the bottom, and we are going to go to Kennedy half dollar, 1964 till current. And there's a bunch of different varieties for the half dollar, a whole bunch for the Kennedy half dollar, and there's a bunch just with the 1964. So for this video, I think I'm going to start this one off by just showing you 1964 varieties, and then we're going to follow it up by showing the double dies and various varieties like the no FGs for the other years. But there's enough just in the 1964s to do a video on its own. So we're going to start with 1964, first year. Now this is a 90% silver. So for those of you that like to collect your silver, get out your silver Kennedy half dollars. The majority of the varieties you are going to find in the silver half dollars. So we're going to start with 1964, and PCGS has listed 1964 DDO FS 102. Now just keep in mind, the FS 101 is with the proof Kennedy half dollars. And there are a lot of proof varieties. So if you do collect the proof ones, I would suggest checking them as well. Now, I will tell you now that the FS 102 double die adverse with the Kennedy half dollars does not bring a whole lot of value above the numismatic value of the coin already. It's not a whole lot. An MS60 1964 with no variety, PCGS puts $9 on it. For the double die adverse, they put $16. It's only a difference of $7, but still, it is more money, so it's definitely worth looking for. Now, if you do find one of these in uncirculated conditions, they go from about $16 upwards of $525. Now, we're going to come over here to Variety Vista. We're going to come down to Kennedy half dollars. Now, Variety Vista, this is a great resource for repunch mint marks, double dies, and double die reverses. This is just a fantastic resource. So we're going to come down to their Kennedy halves. And we're going to come down to the bottom here where it says DDO listings. So we're going to click on that. And we are going to go right to 1964. Now, you will notice there are a lot of different double dies for 1964. A whole lot. There's more out there than what Variety Vista lists. And if you look, the FS 101, that's on a proof. That's a beautiful double die too. So if you do have proof examples, go check for that, because it is a beautiful one. But we're going to come down here to the FS 102. This is listed as 1964 DDO-007. So this is the 7th double die that Variety Vista lists. The first 6 are all on proof examples. We're going to click on that one. And if you look, now I will let you know now, this is the very first double die that I ever found as a coin searcher. So this 1964 double die, even though it's not super valuable, has a big place in my heart because this was the very first one I ever found. This was the first double die I ever found. Now, the first double die I ever owned, I bought. But the very first double die I ever found coin searching was this one right here. Now, when you are looking at this one, you're going to want to pay very close attention to "In God We Trust." If you look at the N and the I, you can see where there's separation and splits. Definitely on the E, right on all of the serifs. You can see line separation in the W. Very nice, beautiful splits. Same with the T and the R. There's the U. You can definitely see that line separation in the U and in the S. Just a very beautiful double die, and you can see it down in the date. You can see the splits on the 4, you can see line separation in the 6. It's just a very strong, beautiful double die. Now, like I said, this one doesn't carry a whole lot of extra value, but it is still extra value for the coin you already have, and it is definitely worth looking for. Now, we're going to take a look at the 1964 double die reverse. Now, this one's listed as FS801. Now, if you do find one of these circulated examples, they trade for a few bucks, upwards of around $50. Uncirculated examples, they trade for around $110, upwards of $700. So let's come back over here to Variety Vista, and we are going to go to DDR listings. That's double die reverse. Click on that. We're going to go to 1964, and right there, the very first one is the FS801. Now, if you look again, there are a lot of different double die reverses. Now, a large majority of these are on proofs, so if you do have proofs, get them out and take a look at them. But there are various double die reverses that you can look for. So we're going to take a look at this FS801. And if you are looking around this on United States of America, that's where you're really going to see it. Let's see what all they have here. You're really going to see it on United States of America. If you look up on the letters, you will find splits down at the bottom of all the letters. There on E, S, there on the T, that S, the A. You can see it in the stars. The stars have very nice splits. So definitely take your 1964 silver Kennedy half dollars, turn them over and check that reverse. Look around those stars. Look up at United States of America. Look down at half dollar. See if you can find some of these splits and line separation. Definitely on the stars. The stars are going to be your key giveaway when you are looking at this. So that's the 1964 double die reverse. Okay, we are going to come down to the 1964D. Now, there are a lot of varieties for the 1964D, and I think we're going to start off with the RPMs. So we're going to take a look at the 1964 D over D RPMs, and there's a bunch of them to look for on this one. So if we are up in Variety Vista, we come down here to RPMs and click on that. Go over to 1964D. You are going to see a bunch of different repunch mint marks that you can look for. And some of them are very strong and very beautiful. Here is the FS501. This is a very strong, very beautiful repunch mint mark. Now, the primary mint mark you can clearly see right here. And to the south of it, the slight tilt is the secondary repunching. That is a beautiful repunch mint mark. Now, this one is also paired up with a double die obverse. So if you look at the S and T of trust, you can see splits on the serifs. That is a beautiful double die. Now, PCGS puts value on that one in circulated conditions for about $19, upwards of $40. Uncirculated examples, they trade for between $40 and all the way up to $1,450. We're going to take a look at the FS502, which this is a nice, strong repunch mint mark that's to the north. Now, if you're looking at this one, the primary mint mark is right here. And underneath of it, to the north, you can see the secondary repunching. This is a very strong repunch mint mark. It's a beautiful one. You can see this one clear as day with a jeweler's loop. This thing is just beautiful. Now, there is a die crack that runs through the D and O of dollar. It's a good die marker to look for. And there's also a die crack above the L's up in the stars to look for. So that's another great die marker. So there's a few die markers for you on this one as well. But I'm pretty sure when you see that repunching, that is going to be the key giveaway. So that repunch mint mark, the FS502, uncirculated examples trade for around $22 and upwards of $250. We're going to take a look at the FS503. Now, this one is not as strong as the first two that we looked at, but you can clearly see to the north, strong repunching. You can see the secondary mint mark right underneath. It's faded out down here, but you can still see the remnants of it just to the north of the primary mint mark. Now, here's the primary. There's the secondary. Now, if you do happen to come across the FS 503 circulated examples, they trade for a few bucks, upwards of around $20, while uncirculated examples, they trade for around $30, upwards of $500. Now, PCGS is listed down here, the FS 504, but I do not believe that Variety Vista has any of these listed as the FS 504, and I do not believe it is this one. No. So let's go take a look at what they have. Well, it looks like on this one, I can see repunching to the west. See if we can find one like that. Negative. They might not have that one listed. Well, it does not look like Variety Vista has the FS 504 that PCGS has listed. But the FS 504 uncirculated examples, they trade for $50, upwards of $525. And looking at the one that PCGS has, it looks like there's repunching, some slight repunching to the west of the primary mint mark. And that's what I'm seeing. And I don't see that over on Variety Vista. So those are some of the repunched mint marks that you can find. Now we're going to take a look at some of the 1964D double dies. There's obviously the quadruple double die, but there's also a nice strong double die Averse listed as FS 501. So we're going to come on over to Variety Vista. We're going to take a look at those double dies. Come over here to 1964D. And right here, right there, the first one is the 1964D double die Averse FS 101. We're going to click on this one. Now, this is a nice, strong double die. You can find doubling all over the entire Averse of the coin, even up on the L and Liberty. The I, you can see splits. On the B, on the edge of the B, you can see splits. Same with the T, the R, the E. You can even see some line separation. You can see the splits. Same with the Y on Liberty. Now this one has clear line separation on In God We Trust. Very strong, very beautiful double die. Now looking down at the date, you can clearly see it on the date as well. When you do come across one of these and you're looking at it with your jeweler's loop, this one's going to just pop right out at you. This is a nice, strong double die. It's a very beautiful example. Now, if you do happen to find this 1964D double die Averse listed as FS 101, uncirculated examples, they trade for around $34, upwards of $2,000 for a nice, high-grade uncirculated example. Okay, we are going to move on to the 1964 quadruple die Averse listed as FS 105. And if we're over here in Variety Vista, I do believe it's right here. Now, if you do go through Variety Vista or DoubleDie.com or any of your reference websites that has half dollars and you look at 1964D, you are going to see a lot of different double dies, triple dies, quadruple dies. There's a lot to look for. Some really beautiful, nice varieties. Now, the FS 105, the quadruple die Averse, this is a very strong and beautiful double die. I'm just going to scroll right down to the In God We Trust because that's where it's the strongest. You can find doubling all over on this coin, but we're going to come right down to In God We Trust. It is insanely strong on there. You can see all of the splits, doubling or quadrupling, should I say. Very, very strong. This is just a wonderful, fantastic variety. Now, here's a good die marker between the N and I of United. There's a die gouge right in between the N and I. So that's a good die marker, but I don't know if you really need the die marker. Once you see this thing with the jeweler's loop, you know what you have. Now, this FS105, if you do happen to find one of these, uncirculated examples, they trade for about $20 and upwards of $1,000 for a nice high-grade example. So there you go. There are some beautiful, fantastic Kennedy half-dollar varieties. Now, these ones are only with the 1964s. I am going to follow this up, and I am going to show you varieties for the rest of the years. There are quite a few to look for. I do strongly suggest getting your silver out because there are a lot of varieties in the silver. A large majority of the ones you are going to find with the silver. And then there's, of course, there's other ones. There's the no FG varieties. There's double dyes. There's all kinds of stuff. So we're going to get into that in a further video. Let me know if you've ever found any of these wonderful Kennedy half-dollar varieties while you have been coin searching. If you have ever had the pleasure of finding one of these, let me know which one you found down in the comments. If you found one of these double dyes or one of those repunch mint marks, let me know down in the comments. All right, everybody, just a heads up. The 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition will be held Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, they are running an early bird special Thursday, July 16th from 3 to 7 for $40. It's an excellent price. Now, that is at the Sharonville Convention Center, so if you'd like to meet CoinOp, you want to go out to a coin show, this would be an excellent opportunity. We will be there. Robert Lawson, Florida, myself, we will be out there. So make your reservations now. Start booking Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th, the 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition. Well, everyone, we definitely hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click on that thumbs up button. If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, click on that subscribe button. And while you are at it, click on the notification bell. That way you get notified immediately when we upload new content. Well, everyone, until next time, have fun.